Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to be filming for you this fresh spring makeup look. We are doing fresh skin, a little bit of eyeshadow, which is different for me these days, and then a very pink lip to end everything off. So if you are a fellow redhead or a pale girl like I am and you are looking for some recommendations for new colours, shades, products to try in the springtime, this is the video for you. So thank you so much for watching. If you do enjoy this video, I would so appreciate if you could give it a like or subscribe to my channel. I film beauty and lifestyle content. A lot of my content is catered towards redheads, which is just, you know, me. So things that work for my skin and things that I can recommend to others, because I know it can be hard for us to find good shades a lot of the time. But thank you so much for joining me today, and without further ado, let's get into it. So I've been collecting some new products for the last few weeks, ready for this video, but also been testing some of them out in the background. Some of them I haven't used that much, but some of them I have used quite a bit. So anyway, I will share my thoughts as we go through on the products that I'm using. But this is just really going to be like an everyday, easy makeup routine, leaning into the pinky, peachy shades, which is perfect for springtime for us redheads. So I recently purchased a new skin tint to try because I wanted to find an alternative to the one that I've been using for years, which is basically mixing my NYX Serum Concealer with my Glow Hub Serum Glaze primer, and I wanted one that I didn't have to mix. So I've been trying a few over the last few months. I did find a really nice one from Rimmel, but I think it was breaking me out. So I ended up purchasing this Milk makeup skin tint. This is the Grip Gel Tint in the shade 1, and I've been enjoying it. I've used it probably for like 2 weeks now. I haven't noticed any breakouts yet. The shade is pretty good, but it's quite pale, so I think I will need to get a darker shade for the summer months. But overall, I've been enjoying it. So the way that I've been applying it is actually just squeezing a little bit out directly onto my face. I, as you know, like a fresh, glowy skin. I do not like a lot of coverage for a daily basis. I want to look oily, I want to look greasy. And I wouldn't say that this necessarily does that, but I found that just applying it like this rather than on my hand is just a little bit less messy, and the texture of it obviously is not like dripping all over my face. You can hopefully see that. It's obviously not dripping all over my face, so it's not a really runny skin tint like a lot of them are. It does have a little bit more grip to it. I think this is, I don't know if it's the same formula as their gripping primer, but I think it's part of the same range. So it is designed to kind of stay on your skin. And some of the other skin tints I've tried recently, I just have found the longevity of them is almost like I might as well not be wearing them. So I like that this does have a little bit more. I'm just going to bring the mirror a little bit closer to me. Sorry if you can see it in the shot there. I still feel like I'm wearing makeup at the end of the day, but it doesn't like sit on top of my skin or anything like that. The one thing to say with this is that I find sometimes if I use a lot of it, like it's not really looking too bad today, it's blending pretty easily, but when I was first kind of trying out how I like to wear this, I was finding that I would kind of rub it in to start with and it would like really obviously be sitting and smearing all over my face, and it just wasn't blending in very well at all. But then I would leave it like a minute, I would do my concealer, and then I would come back, and in that time it was like some kind of magic had happened. So I don't know if that's like the gripping aspect of it, but I would say if you're struggling to like blend it in very well, like blend it as much as you can and then just leave it for a minute and just see what happens, because it kind of was like it all like went on my face and like blended in beautifully, and then my skin looked really like flawless. So I do think there's something in the texture of it where you kind of just have to let it sit on your skin for a little bit. So that's just like the first layer. I would say it looks very skin-like. It doesn't add, like I said, too much glow to it. It's not as glossy as some of the other like tinted moisturizer type products I've used. This is a skin tint rather than like a tinted moisturizer, so it's not technically marketed as like super glowy or glossy, but it is supposed to add dewiness, I think. I'm just going to add a little bit more on the areas where I need a little bit more coverage. And I do like applying it like this to my face because I feel like you can be really precise, and like I said, because it doesn't come out too quickly out of the tube, it's very easy to control. Now I can kind of see like little dots on my face of the pigment. It's probably not going to pick up on camera, but it's like not blending as well as that other bit did because I've added more product to my chin there. But I'll just leave it like a minute or two and then I'll come back to it and see if it looks any different. So while I'm waiting, I'm just going to add my concealer, my NYX Serum Concealer in Light, as always. This is such a good neutral shade as well. It really cancels out any blueness under there. Okay, so just coming back to that chin, like it definitely has blended in more than what it had before. I'd say you can still see a tiny bit on my chin if you're looking really up close, but it's not gonna really notice to anyone who's like standing at a normal talking distance away from me. So now I'm gonna add my usual Saie cream bronzer. This is in light bronze, and I'm just going to work that into the skin with a big fluffy brush. This is just like part of my everyday makeup routine. So then for blush, this is actually a repurchase. So you guys know I love the Saie Dew blushes. I pretty much just exclusively use those if I'm using cream blush. And this is the Saie Dew blush in Rosy. So this was actually the first ever Saie Dew blush I tried. I got the shade Rosy like years and years ago and I really liked it. I used it all up. But then I just got stuck on Spicy. That's like my favourite shade. It works so well for Redheads because it's like a warm kind of terracotta bronzy shade and it just like brings out all the tones in our colouring. But I did really enjoy this and I thought I would repurchase it because it's perfect for spring because it is more of like a warm peachy tone. They have a few different pink shades. The shade name is Rosy, so you would assume that it's rose, and it does have definitely a rose kind of hue to it, but it leans just slightly warm on the skin, I think. And they do have other pink shades which I think are slightly more cool toned, which I've tried and not liked as much as this one. So I thought, you know what, I'm in need of a new pink blush. Let's try this one again because I do just love the formula, as you guys know, of the Dew blushes so much. I think they blend out so well. They add the perfect amount of pigment but also dewiness and creaminess to your skin. So I've really been enjoying bringing this back into my life recently. It is more pigmented than I remember as well, but it's really, really nice. Like I haven't fully blended that in yet. I'm gonna go over it with my fingers, but you can see kind of how that does lean quite warm on the skin. It's definitely not, I wouldn't say it's a true rosy pink. So that is my blush and bronzer applied. I now have a brand new product to try. This is the Vieve Modern Powder Perfector. You know, if you've watched some of my channels, that I am a hardcore stan of the Charlotte Tilbury powder. I've been using it for years, like well, probably like 4 or 5 years exclusively at this point. But you know what? I've been using it for so long, I was like, I kind of want to just try something different. The reason that I love the Charlotte Tilbury powder so much is that it's just the right amount of like airbrushing, but it doesn't make your skin look dry. It's not cakey in any way. It mattifies just as much as you need it to, but it doesn't add, you know, too much matteness. It doesn't mattify too much. And anyway, I was looking at the reviews of this and try on clips, and it looks like this does quite a similar thing, and I really liked the look of the packaging. It's like this fluted gold design, and I also think that these come in refill. You can buy refills for this. I think you might be able to do that for the Charlotte Tilbury one now, but my one is like an old component, so I don't think you would be able to refill the one that I've got. I also bought the 123 Precision powder brush from Vieve. I have been using this with my Charlotte Tilbury powder for the past few weeks, and I really like this brush. It's like very like perfectly shaped. It's very fluffy, but you can be quite precise with it. Oh, okay. That is quite matte. Like you can see my chin there has just been like completely blurred out. So I've put powder on this side of the face, but not this side. Definitely looks more matte on this side of the face. Don't know how much I love that, because like I said, I like the Charlotte Tilbury powder because it still leaves a glow, but it mattifies just enough. I feel like that is quite matte, but maybe I was just going in a little bit heavy. I will keep testing that out. It is a really beautiful powder. Like, it has definitely airbrushed, made my skin look very flawless, like not added any cakiness or anything like that, but it's just the amount of mattifying. Like, the Charlotte Tilbury still lets your glow come through without looking too like greasy, and I feel like my skin's looking a bit flat because it's so matte. So I need to test that out for the next few weeks and see how I truly feel about it, but really like the packaging. And if you had oily skin, I think that would be really great, because it obviously is very blurring and mattifying, which is probably what you're looking for if you have oily skin, but I have naturally like normal to dry skin, so I want to keep as much glow in as I can. So next thing again is something that is new to me. This is the Kiko Water Shadow in shade 02. We're trying so many new products today. This is like so unlike me. This is like a very champagne gold shade, and it looks really beautiful. I used to love a MAC shade along kind of similar vein vibes to this, which was called Rice Paper. I used to wear it loads. Like, this is like 10 years ago. Obviously I don't wear MAC anymore because they're not cruelty free, but I wanted to have that vibe, and I wanted something that was quite sheer and daytime appropriate, not too heavy. So I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush and just wash this all over the lid and see what it looks like as like a daytime one and done eyeshadow. You can also wear these wet if you want more pigment, but I'm not going to do that today just because, like I said, I want it to be very daytime appropriate. But if you want it to look really like pigmented and like shiny and sparkly, I think you can apply it, like wet your finger and then apply it with your finger, and I think you'll get more payoff. I do feel like comparing this to Rice Paper was a little bit lighter, like as in it had more, it was almost like a bright, not a white champagne, but it was like really pale, very, very pale gold. This is more of like a true champagne gold, I'd say. So this is interesting because it's not really what I had in mind when I bought the shadow. Like, I was definitely thinking that it would be much more of like a light, reflective champagne gold, and maybe I do need to try it wet and just see kind of how it performs wet. But I don't know how I feel about it. I like it. I wouldn't say I'm wowed by it, but I mean, maybe I do need to try it wet as well. So I'm just going to go in with my Beauty Bay eyeliner in Coffee along my top lash line and smudge that out. I've done this so many times in videos, so I will do it off camera. Okay, so for brows, I actually have something new to try. I am going to fill it in with my Beauty Bay eyebrow pencil, which I have used a couple times on camera, I think. But the new product I bought recently is NYX Brow Glue. This is in the shade Taupe, I think. Yes, in the shade Taupe. So again, I just wanted to try something different to my typical Glossier Boy Brow, which I've been using for years and have been enjoying that. It's definitely more of a sticky brow glue than I'm used to. Like, I'm used to the kind of brow gels with some like fibers in, so you don't really have to use anything else. It's just like a one and done product, really. If you like a very stuck brow, like you want your brows to be stuck in place all day, then I do think the NYX Brow Glue is a really good option. Okay, so I just curled my lashes, and then for mascara today, I have another product that is pretty new to me. I've only used this once, so I have used it before and I really liked how it looks. So this is the e.l.f. Lash Extender Mascara. I'm so sad, but my Glossier Lash Slick, I think, was giving me my eyelid eczema. It's terrible. It's honestly terrible, because anyone who has watched my videos for a while knows I have been a true fan. Like, that Glossier Lash Slick has been my mascara, like my everyday mascara for, I mean, maybe since the pandemic. So like 2020, and we're now in 2026, maybe like 2021. So good 5 years I was using that mascara over and over again. Obviously bought lots of bottles of it, not using the same tube. Okay. Yeah, just before Christmas I started getting really bad eyelid eczema. This has happened to me before. I've had reactions to products, and it's not like an uncommon thing. I have very sensitive skin, especially around my eyes. I have had this kind of thing happen before. I just didn't link it to my mascara because, like I said, I've been using this mascara for 5 years and never had any issues whatsoever with it. I don't know if I had a reaction to something else and then like some of the germs or some of the dermatitis, the eczema stuff got on the mascara wand and then the mascara started giving me a reaction, or if it's just that they've reformulated the mascara, maybe I got like a dud one, I don't know. But it made me too scared to spend £20 on buying another one in case it does exactly the same thing. Every time I would use that mascara, I would get really itchy eyelids the day after. And so eventually I was like, I'm just gonna try a different mascara. So I rebought my Ilia mascara. So that's another one that I really like, and that is hypoallergenic. So I've been using that for the past 5-6 weeks and have not had any issues with eyelid eczema whatsoever. So I do think it was my Glossier mascara, whether that caused it originally or whether I just, you know, got something on the wand or whatever. There was definitely something in that mascara that my skin was not agreeing with. So anyway, I was using my Ilia mascara, which was working fine, but it's far too intense for me personally for a day-to-day mascara. The reason why I love the Glossier mascara is because it's so like natural, perfect for every day. The Ilia mascara just adds too much volume, too much like drama for my everyday lashes. So anyway, I was doing some research. So this is a tubing mascara. Although I don't think it claims to be hypoallergenic, it was coming up in like the Google searches when I was looking for hypoallergenic mascaras. So anyway, decided to try it, have used it only once, so I cannot speak long term to this, but it did not give me itchy eyes whatsoever after wearing it the first time. I actually accidentally picked up the brown shade as well, so I would normally only ever wear black, but I actually liked the brown shade when I wore it, so I'm not mad at it and I will use it up. I might just buy the black next time, but for an everyday mascara, I think the brown shade is great, and this is what I will be using it for because I'll use my Ilia black mascara whenever I'm going out in the evening. But the length that this adds is really nice. It's very, very similar to the Glossier mascara in terms of the way it makes my lashes look. It just adds some nice length, a tiny bit of volume, but not a lot of volume. And it just seems really good for every day. And I know with tubing mascaras, they say they're designed not to smudge, and I definitely did not have any smudging the first time I wore this. So still need to report back on my long-term, you know, using it over several months, but it's actually I'm really impressed with this so far. This is what the mascara looks like on. You can see it just makes my lashes look really lengthened. It doesn't add too much volume. It's just perfect for every day, like I said. So really been enjoying that. We'll keep testing it out. Sorry for my rambly spiel on mascara, but hopefully some of you found it interesting, and if not, you can just skip. Okay, so finally for lips, I am going to be trying this NYX Jelly Job lip gloss in the shade Juicy Jelly. So this is like a very pinky toned lip gloss. I've been wearing this the past few weeks as well and have really been enjoying it. Don't love the applicator. It's like a flat plastic spatula. Why? Why can't we have a nice doe-foot, comfortable sponge applicator? Like, this is just not comfortable to apply. Normally, I like a warm toned peachy pink rather than a cool toned pink, but I actually really like sometimes like a more fresh cool tone pink for my lips in the springtime because I just think it feels very springy. Okay, so we're going to finish all of this by setting with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Okay, so this is the finished makeup look. I really hope that you enjoyed this and got some tips for different products that you could use going into the spring and summer months if you are a fellow redhead like me, or if you just wanted some makeup recommendations, then hope you got what you were looking for out of this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.